Salute to everyone that supports, members, Patreons. Shout out to everybody that's going over to Rumble and that have subscribed to the channels over there on Rumble. I appreciate that. We're going to get into this. We're going to get into this story. I just want y'all to know I didn't overreact when I first heard this. And I'm glad I did. I'm glad I just waited and just because something about it just wasn't right. And now my way of thinking has been justified. But let's see who's here. Let's see who's here. Let's see. Kiara, Daisy, Gerald, Nate, Sheila, Amanda, Shadow Fox, Zoe Marley, Aboa, Eric, Chocolate City, Homo Beast, General, Troy, Fezzik, Out from the Norm, see Amanda. Yeah, already said your name. Bronxi, Jones, Durain, Lucky, Divine, General Washington, what's up? Make sure y'all like the stream. We're gonna get into this, but I want to speak on this because I want to warm the audience up. I want to talk about rappers. I saw a story where or there's a video of King Von admitting to being gay. Let me tell y'all something, man. These rappers are not who you think they are, okay? Especially the ones that are in and out of the penitentiary. They don't really have, family to support them. A lot of these guys are into guys. A lot of these street dudes that these ladies, fall over themselves to get with, those types of guys like guys, okay? Oh, you think they're being celibate when they're in jail? Some of these guys relentless before they went to jail. Some of these guys were into men before they went to jail. When they went to jail, even after they get out there, even though people say they flipped that switch. But these are the men that your Western woman clamors to get, right? The guy who's confused about his orientation. Those are the those are the guys who have to overcompensate for their masculinity because they lack it. They lack that. Shout out to Mr. Texas Boy 10. He say just support and much love, bro. Thank you, Mr. I'm assuming you're from Texas, TX Boy. Appreciate that, man. Shout out to Divine Photos. Modern women hold this ill. I absolutely agree. Appreciate that. Shout out to y'all for getting the super chat started because I'm hoping that people will support this show. Okay. Because I'm really going to have a real honest conversation about what we're going to speak about. But let me say this about King Von. Ladies, when you're chasing behind these street dudes, understand this. There's a reason why these guys, even though they don't have to, they're still out here, acting like they're still in the penitentiary. And their mindset is there. But these are the types of guys that these women go after. Guys who are confused about their own masculinity and their own orientation. So they have to overcompensate by being violent. Anybody can be violent. But that's how they overcompensate. Hey, ladies, why do you think these dudes put their hands on you? Why do you think these dudes put their hands on you? They put their hands on you because they can't be who they are. So they have to put on a front when that's not who they are, and it causes them to have a lot of hatred towards themselves and towards the women who fall all over themselves to be with them. Because in his mind, he's saying to himself, I'm just I'm basically a bum. Like, why would you want me? You women who you work your nice jobs and you got your degrees on the wall, and you're dealing with a guy who doesn't even know whether he likes men or women. These are the type of men that these heifers are falling all over themselves for. So I say have them, you know. There's, and you know what's funny? When the King Von thing came out, I noticed a lot of blogs are not talking about it. I wonder why. They love to make black men look bad every chance they get. Why they not talking about this King Von video? They want to talk about Tory Lanez 3 or 4 times a day, but you don't want to talk about this video with King Von and this other rapper from Chicago. But you want to talk about everybody else. You been want to make black men look bad. Why you want to talk about King Von? Admitting on camera to what he admitted to. It's because it's a certain type of man you want to make look bad. Because you don't want the reality to set in that the men, that these heifers throw their lives away, because there are women who've lost their life dealing with these guys. I believe it was Brian. It might have been somebody. I think it was Brian. It was one of y'all that sent me that story about the 20-year-old that kidnapped his girlfriend from her job. And when he was chased by the police, he ended up killing his girlfriend before he surrendered. One of these sexually confused males, right? You're falling all over yourselves to get with these guys. Why is that? Why are you falling all over yourself to get with these guys who don't even know whether they like men or women? You think they're being celibate when they go to prison? When they go to and do those stints in jail? These guys are able to act like and be who they want to be when they're locked up. And you wonder why these guys are violent towards you? Always putting his hands on you? Because he can't be who he is. But you women, these are the guys that y'all end up dealing with. Guys that don't even know who they are. And again, this ain't a video to diss King Von. This is the reality. The same guys that you heifers run after, they're into men too. Yes, they are. So I don't care that y'all like street dudes. Just understand, if he had the opportunity to wear a dress in public, he would. He would wear your clothes. He would wear your jeans. He'd wear your makeup, fingernail polish, purses. He would wear all of that because that's who they really are. But they're overcompensating. I would never want to be a street dude because there's a lot that goes with it. A lot of those guys are mentally ill. I know street dudes. I'm not here to bash. You know, I've grown up around street dudes. I've always, been cool with them. I never had issues or beef or anything like that. But I'm just giving you the reality. A lot of these guys are mentally ill. And these are the guys that y'all are having children by. These are the guys you're throwing your marriages away for. These are the guys that are making your life worse. It's not YouTubers that are making their lives worse. It's the men that you heifers are choosing. The men that you heifers choose are the reason why you're looking to the Shira Sevens of the world for advice on how to get a better man. She ain't got no advice for herself. How's she gonna give you advice? Again, make sure y'all like the stream. We're gonna get into this today. All this ties into it, people. Everything that I'm saying now ties into this. This Carlee Russell situation, everything ties in. Because we're gonna go in on you heifers. Because y'all are the main ones trying to defend her from the start, and you're still doing it. You're delusional. Just like Carlee Russell is. We have a society full of delusional women. And y'all are out here dating men who really wants to dress like you, who really wants to be more feminine, but you think he's masculine. The best actors out there are these street dudes. They the best ones because they're pretending to be something that they're really not. And y'all are having children by these men who would prefer to dress like you and date guys too. Now again, you got some of these guys, they like women, they're still out here having children, but that don't mean that they would like to, be with men here and there. That's what happens when they go to jail. I mean, I'm just being real with you. I'm just being real with you, ladies. So go ahead and chase these men, but understand, don't be shocked when you find out he just ain't into women. He's into other things as well. Don't be shocked, because I know a lot of y'all going to be shocked. Now, again, all this is going to tie in together. We're just warming up, people. Do y'all got something to do? Because I got plenty of time to go into this. Carlee, you going to go to jail. Shout out to everybody there. Carlee, you might be going to jail. I think Carlee going to jail. You know how much resources have been wasted on your stupidity. Now, I don't know if she just wanted to go somewhere and get some D, but you went too far. Why? Because you wanted to make your ex-boyfriend jealous. You see the dumb shit that these heifers do? Again, make sure y'all get the likes up. What's going on here, people? I know them likes saying that. And share the stream too. Carlee, you need to be in jail, and the heifers that are defending you need to be right there with you, because they're just as dumb as you are. Carlee Russell is a dumb heifer who decided one day and people, and we're going to get into this. Do y'all know that the worst and most hilarious part of this story is that they were able to find her Google searches? Yes, Google is the feds, just like Discord. That's why I'm on Gilded. I'm gonna start using Gilded more and more down the line. But if you want to know where the feds are around Google, and they're around Discord. Discord is where the feds are. Okay, what's good, Steven? What's up, Derek? Shout out to the members, moderators as well. The feds are all over Discord. They're all over Google, Facebook. The feds are everywhere. You people better be careful. Do y'all know they were able in like one day, they were able to find this heifer's Google searches? And I'm saying to myself, this has to be a movie. She's looking up. What's good, Liana? Like, what are you doing? But see, that's your Western woman. They think that their stupidity, they think they can get away with just about anything. Yes, Shan, her Google searches gave it all away. I mean, listen, black women, we need to have a conversation. We need to talk, okay? We need to talk, because something is seriously wrong with a lot of you who actually believes this, and you still want to believe this. This is a straight up liar. Not only is Carlee a goofy, her Google searches shows that she's not that bright. She's not that bright. Why would you want to fake being abducted? Like, seriously, so your ex-boyfriend, wants to be with you again. So, you want your, whatever you're doing as far as your studies is concerned to be better. I mean, I'm telling y'all, you melanated women like her are not that bright. And when we say this, y'all claim we're woman bashing. No, we telling the truth. I'm telling you, something is wrong with the melanated woman. Yeah, they have mental issues. Absolutely. Look at how they act. I mean, Suki Hana ain't in the minority, people. I mean, my God. My God. Make sure y'all like the stream. Something is seriously wrong with the melanated woman. He deleted the post about her being missing off his IG. I bet he did, because he realized she's a liar. She made a fool of her parents, but that don't matter to her. All that matters is that she wanted to make people feel sorry for her and to want her back, like to want, to be like, oh my God, where did she go? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you put your family through that? Like, why would you do this? And y'all wonder why the black community is screwed up. These are the type of women who are heads of households. These are the type of women who have been raising generations of children. They've raised the millennials, they raised the Gen Zers, and they're not as look. She shows that they're not that bright. Why would you do this? This is absolutely ridiculous. And there are people still trying to defend it, talking about how, oh, well, black women go missing every year, but y'all don't talk about that. You know what you heifers are talking about? Donald Trump. You know who you talking about? Andrew Tate. You know who you talking about? Kevin Samuels, even though he's no longer here. Y'all are not talking about those missing black women. Y'all are talking about black men or other men. Shout out to Omar.
Salute, Jaye.
Salute. Y'all talking about men. Why don't y'all talk about those missing women and maybe something can be done?
America got to tighten up the laws because modern women are going to the extreme, testing the authority, believing they can evade the law.
Appreciate that, Devon. Well, this was a very stupid way of doing it, and they just really exposed themselves. The excuse that I am seeing, yeah, they talking about me. The excuse I'm seeing from these heifers is that, well, black women go missing every year. We want to bring a light to that. But you go to their social media, who they talking about? They talking about a black YouTuber. They're talking about Kevin Samuels, who has been deceased for months. That's who they're talking about. They're not talking about those missing black women. The only time they talk about missing black women is if the media is focused on missing white people or white women. We know how jealous of white women you are. That's the only time y'all bring up these missing black women. But meanwhile, you're talking about men. You're talking about black men. You can't get black men's name out your mouth. You're talking about how we're dusties and you're leveling up to white men. The only time y'all bring up missing black women is when you want to use it as a shield when you look stupid. God, you heifers are stupid. Shout out to Jay Thomas, member for 7 months. Said, Jay, you are a legend, my brother. Much appreciate that, man. Appreciate that, man. You know, I'm not the one to brag, but I've been doing this shit for so long, so consistently. 9 years, and I'm just getting better. I ain't never fell off. I ain't never fell off. But shout out to you, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. What I want to know is this. We're going to get into the press conference. That guy looks like he wants to arrest her today. He looks like he wants to arrest her today. I wouldn't be surprised if he does arrest her. Those Google searches alone should have her arrested. They need to retool the laws that will incarcerate people who do this because you waste resources. All right? You waste resources. But you got women who are still trying to defend her And they're trying to use missing black women to do it. Y'all don't care about those missing black women. Stop using them. Stop using them. Y'all don't even talk about them on your show. You'll talk about them for a day, but y'all don't bring them up after that. You only bring them up if the media is talking about missing white women. Here y'all go with all these, we need to find these missing black women. But you haven't talked for months about missing black women. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? This shows how unintelligent these melanated women are, but they want to get online and blame black men for everything. This was her idea. There was no abductor and there was no toddler. You know how messed up in the head you have to be to claim that you saw a toddler and you tried to help it and then you were abducted. That's something out of a movie. Shout out to Mark Stewart. Says Carlee and the sisterhood. L's for sure. Appreciate it, man. A lot of L's going on, man. You got Heifer still trying to defend her. Y'all look crazy. That's why y'all ain't got no man. Just idiotic. And I am glad to see that there are black women calling her out. But there are a segment of black women who won't let it go because they want black women to be victims. Even though this person is not a victim. This person created her own drama. She is not only is she self-destructive, but she is destructive to everybody around her. No wonder her boyfriend left her. These women are screwed up, but they love to talk about how it's because of men that these women are crazy. No, it's because they crazy. And they want to project onto everybody else their mental instability. And we're not going to allow it. I'm not going to allow it. And let me tell you beta male something, because you got a segment of beta males who want to defend women now. They all of a sudden want to be Captain Saver Heifers. You need to get out the way. Because you're only doing that because you have an axe to grind with men, because you dudes are fatherless. You're fatherless and you want to project your fatherlessness onto men you don't know. Stop doing that. Get out the way. You look crazy. Okay? Y'all look crazy. Just wanted to say that. Now let's get to this press conference. Hold on, let me see if I can pull it up. She needs to go to jail. Is this the whole press conference? Okay, they're playing an ad. Let me wait till this ad is off. Listen, I would not be
13 News speaking.
Okay, this is it right here. Hold on. Okay, they're gonna play a news segment. Okay, we're gonna watch a news segment. We're gonna watch the news. Hold on. Share this screen. Wow, this is so embarrassing. Oh.
WVTM 13.
Oh, this is so embarrassing. God. Like, how embarrassing can you possibly be? And selfish. Let's go.
News begins with breaking news.
Hoover police releasing much more information in the Carlee Russell investigation.
So here's what we know at this point. Police say that Carlee left work Thursday night. She picked up dinner and she went to Target and bought snack foods. She then drove along I-459 and called 911, reporting a toddler walking next to the interstate. No one heard from her until after she returned home late Saturday night. Police now giving new information into that ongoing investigation. We have team coverage for you this evening. We're going to start with WVTM 13's Lisa Crane. She is live in Hoover. Lisa, that news conference just wrapped up about an hour or so ago, and there was a lot discussed during that time.
Yeah, there really was, Ian. You know, this has been a very strange case from the beginning, and then what we learned in that press conference just a short time ago only seemed to make it that much more bizarre. There is a lot to unpack here, a lot to process, but let's talk about the press conference first. It was a pretty crowded room in there. You had all the local media and then the networks there as well. This is a story that's really picked up on the nation's attention here. And now Even more unanswered questions from what we heard today. Hoover Police Chief Nick Durs is playing the 911 call from Carlee in its entirety, then talked about the search history on her phone and work computer. Let's hear what he had to say about that.
On July 11th at 7:30 a.m., the term, "Do you have to pay for an Amber Alert?" was searched. On July 13th at 1:03 a.m., the day of her disappearance, the term, "How to take money from a register without being caught," was searched.
What? Like, what? Hold on. How are you going to go about this? Are you going to rob a store? Are you going to sneak behind the counter while the cash register is off doing cashier is off doing something? How will you be able to do that? See, this is why you need to stop watching movies and get off social media, because people come up with some of the most ridiculous thoughts and actually believe that they could put those thoughts into action.
On July 13th at 2:13 a.m., the day of her disappearance, the term Birmingham bus station was searched. On July 13th, 2:35 a.m., a search for a one-way bus ticket from Birmingham to Nashville was conducted with a departure date.
Hold on, Chastity, you're saying that she allegedly slept with a 17-year-old to get back at her ex. If it's true that she actually did that, yes, she needs to go to jail. Because if you did all this so you could do that, yeah, she's worse off than we possibly know.
Of July 13th. On July 13th at 12:10 p.m., a search for the movie Taken, a film about abduction, was conducted.
She did a search for the movie Taken. People, I'm telling y'all need to log off, okay? Y'all watch way too many movies. This woman was out of her mind. I tell you, a childish woman. An adult, but childish. Shout out to Divine.
L's all around from Dubai trucker chick to Carlee.
Absolutely, man. Appreciate it. But but guess who these heifers are going to talk about? They're going to talk about black men, and not the fact that you have women who are going out of their way to make black women look like a joke.
Now, while those facts in itself don't prove anything, the police chief says they need to ask Carlee more questions. While they spoke to her briefly in the hospital, they say they'd like to talk to her again and haven't been able to do that. They say, as the chief said, only Carlee can answer a lot of these questions. Ian?
They need to dig more and find out if she was at the red roof of the 17-year-old. And they need to really use those Google search. They need to basically make an example out of her, because this has happened before. There was a woman in California, I believe, who faked her abduction for like a couple of years. And then they find out that she was laying up with some guy. And I believe they gave her like 4 years in jail, I believe, or something like that. Maybe a couple years in jail. She may do a couple, may do one or two. But people need to take this seriously. A lot of money and resources are being wasted on lies. And they need to start strengthening the laws to prevent this stuff from happening.
So Lisa, let's go back to that conversation. She initially talked with officers. That was Saturday night when she returned home to her place in Hoover. What did she tell police about what happened during the time she was gone?
Well, she gave them a lot of details about what she says happened. She said she was lured out of her car by that child, and a man grabbed her. She described him a white man with orange hair, balding in the crown.
Wait a minute. A white man with orange hair, balding at the crown. Is she talking about a clown? I was going to say Krusty the Clown. Is she talking about Krusty the Clown? You know, I don't think he got orange hair. We've seen white women say that they were abducted by black men. We've seen this story before. But orange hair? Orange? Yeah, Keisha Smollett, absolutely. Keisha Smollett, absolutely. So a white man with orange hair that's balding at the crown is the one who abducted you. This doesn't make any sense, people. Yeah, orange man bad.
She says she was taken over a fence and into an 18-wheeler. At that point, she said she heard a woman's voice and a child crying. She says at some point she managed to escape, but they recaptured her and put her in a car. And then she woke up sometime later in her room. So and when she managed to get away again, she says she ran through the woods until she found her way home. So a lot to unpack there. I'm sure the police have a lot more questions for her just following up on that. But again, nothing today that decisively says what happened to her.
Nah, y'all want to avoid the inevitable. Y'all want to. So they don't have videos at this motel because most of these motels have cameras, unless she went to like one of those real like old broken down motels. Most of these motels have cameras, or especially like in the lobbies. So you will be able to see a person in there. She should be able to know what hotel she was at, a motel she was at, shot the
All
air.
the L's keep coming and BW wonder why passport bros exist. The extremes and time wasting. Need to make it be know there's repercussions for 1 o'clock wasted.
Absolutely. Appreciate it. They have cameras everywhere. Just like they saw that car. When we seen that car with the flashing lights at the side of the road, yeah, it was Trump's fault.
At some point, she was put back in a vehicle she claims was able to escape while it was in the West Hoover area. She told detectives she ran through lots of woods until she came out near her residence. During this interview, detectives noted that Carlee had a small injury to her lip, and she claimed that her head was hurting. She also had a tear in her shirt.
But she was not assaulted. She claims that she woke up at a motel, but nothing was done to her. So they just abducted you, put you in this motel for what? Just to do it? It's not adding up. Now, again, there could be more evidence, but I'm going off of everything I see now. Those Google searches are very damning. If those Google searches weren't there, there might be more of a wait and see approach from me. But because of those Google searches, that's very damning. You just so happen to be looking up these Google searches and you were abducted. It looked like you were about to go on a crime spree, talking about getting money out of a register without being seen. Amber alerts. You just so happen to be Googling that and this happened. Yeah, and taken. But the police is trying to give her an out. Like, you could tell, like, they're trying to still show that she's a victim. She ain't no damn victim. She's a liar. And it's going to be proven one way or the other. Because the longer this stretches out, the more poorly it's going to look on that woman and that police department. Because they have the resources. They could use the FBI or, or whatever state enforcement that they have, whether it's state troopers, or I know in South Carolina they have SLED. Some people have their own version of the FBI. You need to utilize that and get to the bottom of this immediately. Okay? Immediately, so it doesn't waste any more police resources.
Now, let's just recap what all we learned today. So Hoover police say after Carlee left work Thursday night, she picked up dinner. She then bought some snack foods at the Target on Highway 280, though they didn't find them in her car when they found her abandoned car.
They didn't find the snacks and they didn't find the toilet paper in her car when she got abducted. Did the abductors take the snacks too? Did you tell the abductors that you had snacks in the car and they went and got it? This does not look good. It don't.
After she left Target, she drove along 459, reported seeing a toddler walking next to the interstate, but police haven't found any evidence of that at this point. No one heard from her until she returned home.
This Beaver account is a troll. That's a troll. That's a troll that waited to subscribe to my channel just to troll. Okay? That's how weird you people are.
Saturday night. Now, at today's news conference, police gave more details, including what forensics they found on her phone, as we just went over. So again, they say at this point they are still doing some forensics on her computer, and they're waiting from the federal government, the FBI helping with that. But they say right now what they need to do is to talk to Carlee, and she has not been made available.
Oh, why not? Hold up. Why is she not talking to the police? Why doesn't she want to talk to the police? Why did she hire an attorney? But we're supposed to believe that she's a victim. Why won't she speak to the police? Most victims speak to the police after they've been victimized. Why don't you want to talk to the police? Is it because you know you're lying and you don't want them to find out that you're lying? That don't look good. That don't look good. You've had something like this happen to you, but you don't want to try to get to the bottom of it. You don't want to speak to the police and tell them what you know. This ain't going away.
I'm 13.
All right, so we're going to be checking in with Lisa again coming up here in just about 30 minutes.
Let's go back.
WVTM 13 News begins with breaking news.
Hoover police releasing much more information in the Carlee Russell investigation.
So here's what we know at this point. Police say that Carlee left work Thursday night. She picked up dinner and she went to Target and bought snack foods. She then drove along I-459 and called 911, reporting a toddler walking next to the interstate. No one heard from her until after she returned home late Saturday night.
Now you saw a toddler walking near the interstate. Why didn't you call the police? Or say, okay. They say that she called 911 reporting the child. So you had enough time to call 911 to report there's a child there. Was that to set up everything?
Police now giving new information into that ongoing investigation. We have team coverage for you this evening. We're going to start with WVTM 13's Lisa Crane. She is live in Hoover. Lisa, that news conference just wrapped up about an hour or so ago, and there was a lot discussed during that time.
Yeah, there really was, Ian. You know, this has been a very strange case from the beginning, and then what we learned in that press conference just a short time ago only seemed to make it that much more bizarre. There is a lot to unpack here, a lot to process, but let's talk about the press conference first. It was a pretty crowded room in there. You had all the local media and then the networks there as well. This is a story that's really picked up on the nation's attention here. And now, even more unanswered questions from what we heard today. Hoover Police Chief Nick Durz is playing the 911 call from Carlee in its entirety, then talked about the search history on her phone and work computer. Let's hear what he had to say about that.
On July 11th at 7:30 a.m., the term, "You have to pay for an Amber Alert," was searched. On July 13th at 1:03 a.m., the day of her disappearance, the term, "How to take money from a register without being caught," was searched.
Now, that's the funniest of all of them. Like, how to take money from a register without being seen, without being caught, man. What's going on here, man? It's a clown world, man.
On July 13th at 2:13 a.m., the day of her disappearance, the term Birmingham bus station was searched. On July 13th, 2:35 a.m., a search for a one-way bus ticket from Birmingham to Nashville was conducted with a departure date of July 13th. On July 13th at 12:10 p.m., a search for the movie Taken, a film about abduction, was conducted.
Now, while those facts in itself don't prove anything, the police chief says they need to ask Carlee.
They really want to believe she was abducted by a white man with orange hair. And they say that the searches don't prove anything. You're right, but it will when they're taking her to court. Why isn't she speaking to the police? Is that she needs time to get her story together? Like, they really want to believe this. Because in our society, women are victims no matter what. Women are victims no matter what. So you can't, under any circumstances, criticize the Western heifer. You can't. Because if you do, you're a woman basher. Okay, you hate women.
More questions. While they spoke to her briefly in the hospital, they say they'd like to talk to her again and haven't been able to do that. They say, as the chief said, only Carlee can answer a lot of these questions.
Well, she needs to go answer those questions because there are people saying that she's full of shit. All right.
Questions. Ian?
All right, so Lisa, let's go back to that conversation. She initially talked with officers. That was Saturday night when she returned home to her place in Hoover. What did she tell police about what happened during the time she was gone?
Well, she gave them a lot of details about what she says happened. She said she was lured out of her car by that child and that a man grabbed her. She described him a white man with orange hair, balding in the crown. She says she was taken over a fence and into an 18-wheeler. At that point, she said she heard a woman's voice and a child crying. She says at some point...
You can tell that the officer was reading that off, knowing that this is a scam and letting her know indirectly. We know. Give it up.
Right. Appreciate that, Eric. Everybody can see it. Why are you not cooperating? Why are you not cooperating? I mean, Bronx, that could be the case, but you can't. You have to answer to the people. And there are people who are upset about this story, but they're not upset like, this woman was a victim. They're upset because this woman is lying. And you need to be honest and be able to speak from that instead of being afraid of being called that. Because at the end of the day, you have to do your job. You can't half-ass do your job. You got to do your job.
Managed to escape, but they recaptured her and put her in a car, and then she woke up sometime later in her room. So and when she managed to get away again, she says she ran through the woods until she found her way home. So a lot to unpack there. I'm sure the police have a lot more questions for her just following up on that. But again, nothing today that decisively says what happened to her.
At some point, she was put back in a vehicle she claims was able to escape while it was in the West Hoover area. She told detectives she ran through lots of woods until she came out near her residence. During this interview, detectives noted that Carlee had a small injury to her lip, and she claimed that her head was hurting. She also had a tear in her shirt.
Bozo the clown abducted her.
I appreciate that, Amanda. Maybe Bozo the clown did. He probably didn't have the full makeup on, but he definitely had the orange hair and the balding. All right. Again, make sure that y'all like this stream.
Now let's just recap what all we learned today. So Hoover police say after Carlee left work Thursday night, she picked up dinner. She then bought some snack foods at the Target on Highway 280, though they didn't find them in her car when they found her abandoned car. After she left Target, she drove along 459, reported seeing a toddler walking next to the interstate, but police haven't found any evidence of that at this point. No one heard from her until she returned home Saturday night. Now, at today's news conference, police gave more details, including what forensics they found on her phone, as we just went over. So again, they say at this point they are still doing some forensics on her computer, and they're waiting from the federal government, the FBI helping with that. But they say right now what they need to do is to talk to Carlee, and she has not been made available. Live in Hoover, Lisa Crane, WVTM 13.
Why is she not available? What does she have to hide? That's what I want to know. These are the searches, people. These are the infamous searches. All right. Okay. You have to pay for an Amber Alert or search. How to take money from a register without being caught. Shout out to Eric Square again.
It was homie the clown face.
That probably what it was. Thanks, man. It says Birmingham bus station. One-way bus ticket from Birmingham to Nashville. The movie Taken. Information about Amber Alerts on her work computer. other searches that police say reveal her mindset that won't be released. Must be like relationship stuff. Maybe it's like, I don't know. Let's see. Okay, we got a bit of an ad here. Let's see, some searches. She called 911. Data tracked her driving 600 yards while she said she was allegedly following the toddler along the interstate, according to Hoover Police Chief Derek Dursey. And by the way, when you stopped for the toddler, you didn't notice a car around? There was no cars around, nobody waiting in a car, right? That is the distance of 6 football fields. No child has been reported missing at this time, and Hoover Dursey said traffic camera footage has been sent to the Federal Bureau of Investigation for enhancement and has not yet been returned. Okay. I'm gonna let this play, and we're gonna get back to the video hopefully. Okay. Here's we're gonna go to the full thing. All right. This is the 22-minute. Okay, hold on. Which one is this? That's the full press conference. Okay, hold on. We're gonna get to the full press conference. Okay. Okay, give me a second, people. Give me a second. Shout out to everybody that's here. Thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for being here tonight. I want to make sure I get the full press conference.
At Driver's Way, we have the car, truck, or...
Okay, let's wait for these ads to play. Thank y'all for being here. What's up, Pink Unicorn? I see you. Queen Kiki. Okay, yeah, this is the full press conference with police. Show you all the full thing instead of just, snippets. Okay. All right, here we go.
Thank you and good afternoon for you all coming today. 6 days ago, our community learned about the disappearance of Carlee Russell, and it sent fear and pandemonium not just through our city, but the entire state and the nation as well. The media quickly joined us to get the word out about Carlee. Our community sprung into action, and they organized search parties, arranged prayer vigils, and they took other steps that I'm not even aware of to help in this situation. The Hoover Police Department quickly rallied multiple partner agencies, stopping at nothing to find Carlee. I'd like to take this time to say thank you first to the Hoover Police Department, our partner agencies, our wonderful community, and to all those that aided in some way in connection with this situation. As the days have gone on and more information has been shared, we know everyone has questions. The Hoover Police Department is known for being very methodical and thorough with their investigations. For that reason, we did not feel comfortable speaking in detail publicly until now. It is important that we share this information now so that our community can be put at ease. So at this time, I'll turn the microphone over to Hoover Police Chief Nick Dursey. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank everyone for being here today. Besides me stands the team who played a significant role in this investigation. I want to thank our department, members of surrounding local law enforcement agencies, the FBI, Secret Service, United States Marshals, and ALEA for their assistance in this case. We said from the evening of July 13th, our focus would be the safe return of Carlee Russell. That occurred on Saturday, July 15th, approximately 49 hours after she called 911 and disappeared. From that point, our focus has been to determine Carlee's whereabouts during that time and what exactly took place. Let me say up front, this investigation is not over. We're still working this case, and we'll be working this case until we uncover every piece of evidence that helps us account for the 49 hours that Carlee Russell was missing. However, through the public interest, and in some cases, public fear that this story has generated, We owe it to our citizens to tell them the facts that we have uncovered. So I will give you the facts that we know today. On July 13th, at approximately 8:20 p.m., Carlee left work from a business at the Summit. Surveillance video from her place of employment shows Carlee concealed a dark-colored bathrobe, a roll of toilet paper, and other items belonging to the business prior to her departure. She ordered food from Tzatziki's at the Colonnade and traveled there. She then traveled to Target on 280, where she purchased some granola bars and Cheez-Its. From there, she remained in the parking lot at that shopping center until 9:20.
Ron Weasley did it. He was doing a black girl magic spell magic wand crystal ball.
Oh. Appreciate that, Pink Unicorn.
1 p.m. when she drove to I-459. Carlee communicated on her cell phone with individuals known to her while on her path of travel up to the point of calling 911 at 9:34 p.m. And at this time, we will play the 911 call in its entirety.
Uh-oh.
Walking by themselves. Hold on. Where on 49 are you? I'm right next to the exit 10 by the Hoover Med, like to get off by the Hoover Med. Okay, so you're before the exit? Yes. Okay, were you headed southbound or northbound? Like towards Tuscaloosa or towards 280? Towards Tuscaloosa. Okay, and was the child on the left or right side? On the right side. Were they walking northbound or southbound? They're walking towards Tuscaloosa. Walking southbound? How old do they look? Like a toddler, like maybe like 3 or 4. Did you pull over with them? Are you still with them? Yes. Okay, are you with the child right now? No, I'm not. I didn't get out of the car. I can see them though. Do you mind staying and keeping an eye on them until we get there? Yeah, sure, yeah. Okay, what kind of car are you in? I'm in a red Mercedes-Benz. Is it a sedan or SUV? SUV. I mean, it's a sedan. Sorry. Can you put your hazards on for me? Yeah, they're on. Okay. Did you talk to the child at all, or did you say anything to them? No. Okay. No. Do they look like they're injured? No, they don't. Are they white, black, Hispanic, or Asian? They're white. Okay. Is it male or female? I think it's a boy, a little boy. White male? Okay, so is he wearing clothes? Yes. Okay. What is he wearing? It's a white t-shirt, and it doesn't look like he has any pants on. It looks like a diaper. And you don't see any cars anywhere? No, no cars anywhere. Okay. All right. What's your name? My name is Carlee Russell. And you don't see any injuries on the child from where you're at, correct? No, but I can't really see them that good.
Now, she sounds like a young lady that's articulate, but she's not very bright to me. She's an articulate dummy. This was a very dumb thing to do.
Okay, try to keep an eye on them for the best that you can, because I don't want you to lose track of them. Okay. All right, and do they have shoes on? No. Shoes? Not that I can see. I can't really see that one. Okay. All right, I've got them on the way, okay? Just try to keep an eye on them, but officers are on the way, okay? Okay, thanks. Thank you. Okay, bye.
Yes, he calm, man.
Carlee called a relative after speaking with the 911 operator. She went missing during that conversation sometime after 9:36 p.m. Traffic camera footage was obtained which depicted this portion of the incident, and that footage was analyzed as part of the investigation in conjunction with the 911 call and cell phone data to accurately determine the time frame. Carlee's 911 call remains the only report of a child on the interstate, despite numerous vehicles passing through the area at that time. No one has called to report that a child is missing, and the Hoover Police Department did not locate any evidence of a small child walking
evidence
down the interstate.
They would have had it on
From Carlee's
camera,
phone,
Effa.
including her Life 360
Yo,
app.
if that camera was able to see her car, they would have been able to see a toddler there. But they had no visual of a child being there. And there would have been other people who would have stopped. How come she's the only one that stopped? Nobody else stopped?
Shows that she traveled approximately 600 yards in her vehicle while she was on the phone with 911, stating that she was following a child. 600 yards. That is 6 football fields straight. 600 yards. The
Shout
Hoover
out to
911
Amanda again.
She wasn't in a little red Corvette?
So what is she in a little red Corvette? Appreciate it.
Center received a second call from Carlee's mother stating that a relative was on the phone with her when they heard Carlee scream, and then they had an open phone line.
Wow.
Hoover police officers arrived on the scene within 5 minutes of being dispatched, and several other officers arrived shortly. They located Carlee's wig and cell phone in the grass near the vehicle. Her purse was located in the front seat of her vehicle with her Apple Watch in the purse.
All right, he got on his best suit. He pulled out his best suit. Shout out to Pink Unicorn again.
That's because the baby was Tommy Pickles.
Right, it was Tommy Pickles. A shirt with no pants, just a diaper, was definitely Tommy Pickles.
The food she ordered for Tzatziki's was also in the car. The items she purchased from Target, as well
she was in a red
as the items
Mercedes
taken
Benz
from her place of employment, were not in the vehicle, nor were they located anywhere around the scene. Hoover police deployed all available assets from the point in the search for Carlee. Additional resources were called in to include our own drone unit, crime scene investigators. Numerous detectives responded to the scene. Throughout the day Friday, officers from surrounding local and federal agencies assisted Hoover police in the search for Carlee Russell. Officers returned to the scene on 459 to conduct a thorough line search for evidence. K-9 teams from the Jefferson County Sheriff's Department responded to check for any sign of Carlee, the child that she claimed to see.
Chastity's comments are showing up. I can see her comments. Her comments are still showing, unless there's some other ones. But sometimes, YouTube does that. YouTube will be monitoring these chat rooms like they always have, and some comments may not make it because, that's what YouTube is doing.
And anything else that could be considered evidence in this case. Those searches all turned up empty. Private citizens, including search parties organized by our family, friends, began looking everywhere that they could to find any trace. These searches took place throughout the day Friday and again on Saturday, yielding nothing. At 10:44 p.m. on July 15th, the Hoover 911 center receives a call from Carlee's residence stating that she returned home on foot. In subsequent investigations, detectives obtained surveillance footage of Carlee walking down the sidewalk alone prior to arrival at her residence.
Wasn't
She was
running.
Conscious and speaking with paramedics.
Y'all know what's
when she was
crazy?
transported.
If she was truly kidnapped, wouldn't she run to the first house that she saw? Why would you go straight home? I mean, instincts would say go home, right? But if you were in that situation, you're gonna run to a store. You're gonna run to somebody that you see, someone else, someone's home. You're gonna run. You're gonna knock on the door, call the police. Someone's trying to get me. It was none of that. She was just casually walking home. Your instinct should have had you running to go find the first person you could. Because wouldn't those people be chasing you and you just casually walking home? No fear whatsoever.
Reported to UAB. Detectives were able to obtain a brief statement from her prior to being treated and released. During the statement, she told detectives that while traveling down the interstate, she saw a baby walking down the side of the road and called 911. She stated when she got out of her vehicle to check on the child, a man came out of the trees and mumbled that he was checking on the baby. She claimed that the man then picked her up and she screamed. She stated he then made her go over a fence.
That's a strong man.
She claims he then forced her into a car.
Yo, that's a strong man because she don't look very small. I'm just saying, to me. So the guy just went over there. You didn't fight him. You didn't run, right? He just went over. He picked you up. He didn't chase you. He just went over there, picked you up, and took you to his car in the woods. Was his car parked in the woods? Was the getaway car parked in the woods?
Car, and the next thing she remembers is being in the trailer of an 18-wheeler. She stated that the male was with a female. However, she never saw the female, only hearing her voice. She also told detectives she could hear a baby crying. She told detectives the male had orange hair with a big bald spot on the back. She said she was able to escape the 18-wheeler and fled on foot, only to be captured again and then was put in a car. She claimed she was then blindfolded but was not tied up because the captor said they did not want to leave impressions on her wrist.
They didn't want to leave impressions on her. They didn't want to leave impressions on her wrist. Wouldn't they not care about that? Why do they care about leaving impressions on her wrist? Why would they not care about leaving them? They're trying to take her away. They have intentions on taking her away. They shouldn't really worry about stuff like that, right? But according to this, they did. What's going on here? I told y'all, these heifers are getting dumber and dumber, and they wonder why they get mocked as much as they do. Shout out to Pink Unicorn again.
They took her to the wrong hospital. She needs to be in Arkham Asylum.
Absolutely, Pink Unicorn. She absolutely needs to be in Arkham because she's coming across more as a villain than a victim. Shout out to everybody that's here.
She said that they took her into a house and made her get undressed. She believes they took pictures of her, but she does not remember them having any physical or sexual contact. She stated the next day she woke up and was fed cheese crackers by the female. She said the woman also played with her hair, but could not remember anything else. At some point, she was put back in a vehicle she claims was able to escape while it was in the West Hoover area. She told detectives she ran through lots of woods.
My ninja got a dark wing duck suit on. 4 justice full score.
Appreciate that, Jamie St. Patrick. This dude, he said he came to the press conference to show out, right? And he grabbed that suit and tie combination, right?
Until she came out near her residence. During this interview, detectives noted that Carlee had a small injury to her lip, and she claimed that her head was hurting. She also had a tear in her shirt. Detectives also noted that she had $107 cash in her right sock. Out of respect for Carlee and her family, detectives did not press for additional information.
Hold on, let's go back real quick.
She also had a tear in her shirt. Detectives also noted that she had $107 cash in her right sock.
He couldn't believe it. Yo, she had money in the sock. Like, why would you have money in your sock? Why you got money in your purse? Why is the money in your sock? Right. Why the money in your sock? Y'all see why people don't believe this? Why would you have money in your sock? What's the purpose of having money in your sock? Can somebody explain that to me? How would you know to put the money in your sock? Do you do that often? Do you often put money in your socks? That's what you do when you're not going to be in your car and you're going to be doing a lot of walking. You put money in your sock instead because you're not going to be driving and you're not going to have your purse. So you either going to put the money in your bra or you're going to put it in your sock, I guess. Right? I guess. Shout out to Sir Shy. He says Kamala Harris' fingerprints are all over this.
Out of respect for Carlee and her family, detectives did not press for additional information in this interview and made plans to speak with her in detail.
Kamala Harris fingerprints all over this like juicy.
Appreciate it. Yeah, but in this situation, Jussie got a better deal because of the boxes he checks and the fact that he's a celebrity. And I think that kept him from spending time in jail, more time in jail, right?
After giving her time to rest. Detectives continue analyzing data from Carlee's cell phone that was left behind at the scene. We enlisted the help of the United States Secret Service in conducting this analysis. Part of what data includes several internet searches in the days leading up to their disappearance that I think are very relevant to this case. On July 11th at 7:30 a.m., the term, "Do you have to pay for an Amber Alert?" was searched. On July 13th at 1:03 a.m., the day of her disappearance, the term, "How to take money from a register without being caught," was searched. On July 13th at 2:13 a.m., the day of her disappearance, the term Birmingham bus station was searched. On July 13th, 2:35 a.m., a search for a one-way bus ticket from Birmingham to Nashville was conducted with a departure date of July 13th. On July 13th at 12:10 p.m., a search for the movie Taken, a film about abduction, was conducted.
I wonder why she would be looking that up. Is she looking for the plot, the script? Like, this does not look good. This does not look good, and people are still defending this. They want this to be a reality, but it isn't. The reality is that the heifer lied. She lied. She's a liar. That's why she was doing all this research. But instead of her getting counseling, shout out to Deacon Weasel.
B behavior is at an all-time low and disgusting.
Absolutely. Appreciate it, man. Like, why are you looking up the movie Taken? Like, what are you going to learn from that? Are you taking notes? You trying to figure out, certain points in the movie that you say, you know what? I can use that in my script. This is my script and I'm using it. So she created her own script and she used Taken as motivation.
There were 2 searches related to Amber Alerts on a computer at Carlee's place of employment, including one regarding the maximum age of an Amber Alert. There were other searches on Carlee's phone that appeared to shed some light on her mindset, but out of respect for her privacy, we will not be releasing the content of those searches.
I wonder what that was that they won't release. They don't have to, but we all know that y'all be out here looking at people's information anyway. A lot of these people have our information, more than they want us to believe. Look how fast it took them to get her Google searches. Google is for the feds, just like Discord. I'm going to keep saying it. If you're using Discord, you're being monitored. Let's just say that. But I bet she was probably looking up relationship stuff, mental health stuff. And y'all know that chick got mental issues. Y'all saw her Google searches, right? Y'all probably looking up dating apps, right? Her mindset at the time was probably getting some D, all right? And also kidnapping herself.
We've asked to interview Carlee a second time, but have not been granted that request. As you can see, there are many questions left to be answered, but only Carlee can provide those answers. What we can say is that we've been unable to verify most of Carlee's initial statement made to investigators, and we have no reason to believe that there is a threat to the public safety related to this particular case.
And let me say this though, you know why this, the truth needs to come out, because there are people who might live in that Hoover area who are fearful that there is an abductor. All right. This is the Pandora box that has been opened by Carlee, is that now there are going to be people who believe that there's a man abducting women in that area. See, she didn't think this through. This would cause this couldn't cause excuse me, mass hysteria, because you're out here saying that a guy's will try to abduct you. That's going to have women on edge. Anybody on edge, that somebody in that city could be doing that. So when you do things like this, they are unintended consequences. And that's why you shouldn't do stuff like this as far as lying. Shout out to Joe K. Been a member for 35 months. Because believe all women, crowd needs to hold it. Absolutely. And they're still on social media explaining. Still on social media explaining. What's good, Ramir? Make sure y'all like the stream.
Thank you very much.
With that, we'll open the floor for some questions. Please raise your hand and I will call on you. Carol.
Chief, do you expect any charges against Carlee Russell in connection with the disappearance and in connection with what was taken from the Woodhouse spa?
Right now, our focus is to determine those 49 hours, so the investigation continues. So to be perfectly honest with you, that hasn't even entered our mind or been discussed.
One more question. Is it surprising to you that the family has not been cooperative in returning to be questioned?
Well, I think the family has stated to us that they didn't think that in her mental state right now, because of trauma of the incident, that she's not ready to talk, is what we've been told.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, question for Chief. You stated that the abductor had orange hair. Was this abductor black male? Was it female? Black female? White female?
I believe it's a white male. Am I correct by saying that? Was it ever? Yeah, white male.
Is this alleged abductor yet on the loose in the Hoover area?
Don't believe so.
Yes, ma'am. Chief Brittany Dion, WBRC. Has a toxicology report been done, and were any drugs or illegal substances found in her system?
We have no report of that.
Is any indication of mental illness in this case?
Not that I'm aware of.
Lisa.
There's been a concern in the community that if this turned out not to be a true story, that the next time a young woman of color was missing, that it might not be taken seriously. How would you respond to that?
I'd respond to say that we investigate every crime to the fullest, just like we have this one.
Was she traveling with anyone? Excuse me. Was she traveling with anyone since the time she disappeared, to your knowledge?
And not to my knowledge.
Chief, I know you said you weren't able to verify a lot of aspects of the story. Where do you think she went, and how would you characterize what happened here?
You know, that's the $100 question. You know, we pretty much know exactly what took place from the time she left work until she got on the 911 call, and we can see getting out of the car on the interstate from that footage. And after that, I think she only knows. We don't know.
Well, one quick follow-up. Her parents. Did you speak with Carlee's parents, and why do you think it is they were so adamant that there was an abductor?
Yeah, I think parents are believing what their daughter's saying, and we've had a very good rapport with the parents, met with them on several occasions. I've talked to them today a few times, and to make them understand that we're under pressure from our community, not only in our community of the state, but nationally when the story hit. And I just wanted them to understand that today we were going to have a press conference, and what we were going to detail today are facts. And everything that I've told you today is actual facts. It's not innuendos. It's not what I think. It's not what these detectives think. It is the factual information that we have.
And again, I want y'all to understand they're under pressure to find this so-called abductor, because you had a woman who is saying that, you know, this thing happened to her when it looks like it didn't, right? These detectives in that city have all these other cases that they have to deal with. Now they got to deal with this, which could, you know, which I believe is going to be proven to be false. Like, anything can happen, though. You know, things can always change. But if you look at those Google searches, you look at her behaviors, it doesn't add up, people. It really doesn't. So you escape abduction, but you go straight home. You don't go to the nearest, nearest place where you could call the police. You don't call the police after your abduction. You don't run to the first person that you see. You just go straight home. You just walk straight home. That's the first thing that I'm going to go home. You're not going to go try to call 911, get somebody to call 911. This story just don't make sense. And now these detectives are going to have to investigate this as if it actually was a real thing.
Well, I think our detectives have talked to the parents, and we're ready. We're ready to talk as soon as she's ready. So, you know, she called right now. We're ready.
You had one word to describe what went on. What would that be?
How about unknown? You know, we know the facts that we have. Everything else is unknown at this time.
In the back. What have the past few days been like for you, your department? This has been a stressful search, hasn't it?
Well, absolutely. And again, the focus of the investigation that Thursday, when she went missing, of course, the focus was to get Carlee home. That's what we want all. We wanted her safe and sound. And that's all happened. And then, of course, this has gotten to be not only a local, state story, but a national story. So, you know, it is. It's a lot of stress on everyone in the Hoover Police Department, and the mayor, to every citizen here. We want to know the truth.
As you stand here, are you frustrated?
I wouldn't say I'm frustrated. I mean, I'm very happy that Carlee's home. That was the main ingredient here, and then we'll figure it out. I promise you that. We'll end up figuring it out.
Any idea?
He said, we're going to figure it out. I promise you that. It's like he don't want to point fingers, but he's like, yeah, we're going to find this out. I absolutely believe they are. I absolutely believe they're going to figure this out. They have the resources now, because you're not just going to have, it's not just going to be Hoover. You're going to have the state officials. You might even have government officials that are going to help in this situation, because this could be a trafficking situation. So they're going to get a lot of people who are going to be working on this. It ain't just going to be Hoover. And I'm telling you right now, once it's proven that it was a hoax, and it's been proven that this heifer lied, she should be arrested. You got to make examples out of people like this, because if you don't, it'll happen again. If it hadn't happened other times already. This was, again, these women are so emotional. They do things based on emotion, and they don't think about the consequences. The stress that you put your family through. Were you upset at your family? Is that why you did it? Because you don't do stuff like this unless you're upset at your family. Some of these people hate their family members, and the family don't even know why. They don't even know that she would have any hate towards that person would have any hate towards them, but that's the reality. There are people who harbor certain feelings towards their family members, and the family have no idea. It might be from something that was years ago that person never let go of. So when you do this, you're putting your family through stress that they don't need to be going through.
Number of manpower hours, or the expense of the drones and all the rest of the search that might have cost the city and the state and the federal government.
Yeah, we haven't had time to consider that, but it's again, these detectives that are here, this is just a small group of people that have been associated with this case. We have put every available resource that we have on this case because we wanted to make sure that we found out everything. We wanted to get her home, and we have.
Chief, was there any prior indication of mental health problems?
Not that I'm aware of.
Can you just expand on the people from the state, federal resources brought in? What were they doing exactly as you all were searching for her? Can you just expand on that?
Sure. A lot of the from the FBI side, several agents helping us interview. I mean, as you well know, in a case like this, especially when it goes national,
I told y'all they was gonna have help.
Get a hobby, not do this to get attention.
Right. Appreciate that, Amanda. I told y'all they were going to be including other people as well. That ain't just going to be them. There's a lot of agencies and people that's going to get involved in this.
Hundreds and hundreds of calls, and when you get those calls, some of them may just be outlandish, but you got to follow up on them, because you never know that you may get that one tidbit. And I'd also say too that we had a great cooperation with the family. The family received hundreds and hundreds of tips, and every time they got a tip, they sent it to us.
Would you say a crime has been committed?
No, we have not determined that. No.
Keith Mims, WAGG 610 Summit Media. Question for Chief: with all of the searches that you mentioned, Chief, that were on Carlee's phone, does that kind of give you an indication of her mind state during this ordeal, the 48 hours
Yeah.
that she went missing?
Well, again, we want to talk in facts, and I do think it's highly unusual to the day that someone gets kidnapped, that 7 hours, 8 hours before that they're searching the internet, Googling the movie Taken about an abduction. I find that very strange. Yes.
Go ahead, Chief. Chief, listen, Chief. Listen. The chief is Nick Dursey's. You could tell he's starting to seethe because some of these people are asking some of the right questions. You could tell he's like, yeah, that is strange. It's strange because it was done by somebody who wanted to make people feel bad for her. And it was set up by them. And I know he's looking at it like, yeah, that is strange. It is strange, ain't it?
Yes. Do you feel confident, do your investigators feel confident that you know why Carlee Russell may have done this?
No, we do not know. Absolutely not.
Chief, can you explain for us, you mentioned that while I believe you said that Carlee was on the phone with 911, she was traveling 6 football fields, which tells you what?
Which tells me that I've had kids, and I'm sure a lot of people here have, and it's very, very, again, she said it, and I'm not saying it couldn't happen because I've always been one of these guys, never say never, but 6 football fields. I like athletics, I like football. 6 football fields. To think that a toddler, barefoot, that could be 3 or 4 years old, is going to travel 6 football fields without getting in the roadway, without crying, without any
right.
Just moving down. It's just very hard for me to understand.
It is because, see, in her mind, she thinks that is that's a possibility, but that's no possibility at all. You're on a highway, you're driving fast, and you see this. Did you turn around? Like, it is a lot of inconsistency here.
Chief, have you used any technology to enhance that video from 459, and did you see a man grab her?
We did not see, from what we can tell, we don't see anybody on the interstate other than her car and then someone getting out of her driver's side. We have sent that off to the FBI for enhancement. It has not been returned.
Do you think in this case that charges will be forthcoming towards Carlee Russell, and how serious of a crime is it to not only fabricate a 911 call, but to lie to law enforcement during an investigation?
Well, again, that's not something that we've been discussed since we're going through the still investigation. But, people have to understand that when someone says something like this, we put every available resource. Everybody comes together from, like I say, state, local, federal. It's just a lot of work, and the gentleman earlier said frustrated. I mean, it is a little frustrating to think that all this has been done and we can't find anything out.
Did anyone see her calling in from the side of the road when she made that 911 call?
No, not to my knowledge.
All right, last question here. Is this investigation?
Okay, people, we got some breaking news. We have an exclusive. We got an exclusive picture of the toddler. This is breaking. Let me go ahead and put it up here. We got an exclusive photo of the toddler. All right, people, here we go. Maybe she wasn't lying. Here we go. That's the toddler. Breaking news. Breaking news, the toddler, ladies and gentlemen. Exclusive. We got an exclusive. We got an exclusive of the toddler. Ladies and gentlemen, right here. Exclusive. Exclusive. I don't think nobody else got this. So maybe, just maybe, she wasn't lying. Because from what she described, I believe that it's a possibility that this is the person that she saw on that freeway. I'm thinking that this is it right here. This might be it right there. This might be it. Because she said the baby was white. So we had to, that was an exclusive courtesy of Jada Black. And one of the supporters, they sent me that exclusive. I believe we're not 100% sure yet, but I believe from the description that that's possibly the toddler that she saw on that freeway. That's an exclusive. That was an exclusive brought to you by the JDB Network. That was a JDB Network exclusive that we had to get to y'all live while y'all were here. All right.
Held up until you can speak once again to Carlee Russell?
Well, there's a few things that we're still doing, but
yeah, I'm gonna have to send it to the chief.
To Carlee
I may have to send that to the chief. I may have to send it to the chief
as soon as we can, and do an in-depth interview. And at that time, I think we'll have these investigators doing some other things. So
that's all the questions.
Yeah, the chief knows it, and I think they're gonna find out. Shout out to Joe K.
Tears of joy rolling on the floor, laughing, rolling on the floor, laughing, rolling on the floor, laughing.
Appreciate it, man. You listen, I had to insert that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want the conversation to get too heavy, in all seriousness. But I mean, from what was described, I mean, well, listen, don't stop defending her now. Don't stop defending her now. You people who are defending her, y'all got to eat that L. Y'all took an L. Let's see, Tina knows. Let's see what Tina knows had to say. Tina knows worry about her marriage. Worry about that. Let's see what she say. Oh, don't tell me they took the articles down. Let's see. I'm gonna have to go to that swap meet news network called the Shade Room. Let's see. Let's see what Tina Knowles had to say. Wow. Wow. Okay, man, I seen something else. I'm gonna have to speak on. I'm trying to figure out where's Tina Knowles. Oh, let me go to her social media. Let me go to social media. Tina Knowles. Where's the statement she put up? Did she take it down? They're saying she put up a statement, but I don't see it. Did she take it down? Yeah. So Drake is just casually standing with Bernice Burgos, who is supposedly dating Jaylen Brown, who just got that big contract. Jaylen Brown must have kicked her to the curb. Damn, Jaylen Brown. Drake is a sneaky guy, man. Oh, let me show this to y'all while I'm live. Drake is a sneaky guy, man. Hold up. What is this? What is this? I thought she was with Jaylen Brown. Now again, Jaylen Brown got that Jaylen Brown got that new contract. Hold up. Oh, here we go. Jaylen Brown got that new contract and must have kicked her to the curb. But damn, bro. What happened? Yo, Jaylen Brown, what happened, man? They did used to date, but damn. It over like that? I tell you, these chicks be maneuvering, ain't it? They be maneuvering, ain't it? Well, listen, shout out to Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown got that huge contract, and he done kicked her to the curb. At least I'm saying that right now. Something different may come out tomorrow. But yeah, this guy's always hugged up with any chick that go viral. He's there, right? And his fingernail polish. These dudes are weird, man. Money is driving these dudes to weirdom. All right, people. Let's see. Back to this. I just saw that I had to say something real quick. These chicks are for the streets. Bernice Burgos in her 40s. And she's still out here being a pass around, man. She was a side chick to T.I. and, she was dating a younger NBA player now. Now she's just out here in these streets. It be like that. They need to have something called 40 and passed around. 40 and passed around, man. Damn. Listen, at least ain't nobody hugged up with LaMelo's girl. Ain't no dude done came and swooped in and took Anna Montana from Melo. And it ain't gonna happen. Shout out to LaMelo. Ain't nobody being hugged up with his chick. Oh, man. I would never trust Drake around no women that I'm dealing with because the guy is such a he's a famous simp. He's the type of guy that will sleep with anything that moves. Anything that moves, okay? But yeah, let's see. I think I went over everything.
Days for Russell's family, friends, and hundreds of volunteers looking for her across the Southeast. All of this started Thursday night. Russell calling 911 to say she saw a toddler walking on the side of I-459. Her family also reported getting the same call from her before hearing a scream. When police got to the scene, they say they found her car, phone, watch, and wig, but Carlee and the child she called about were nowhere to be found. Friday, her loved ones began their massive search at the Hoover Met. Hundreds of volunteers showing up throughout this weekend, many even expanding their search to nearby.
And meanwhile, she was probably sitting up in a hotel somewhere. This is sick. This is sick.
States. And as the search party grew, so did the reward for Russell's safe return, reaching $50,000. Then last night at 10:45, Hoover's 911 call center received the call so many were hoping for. Russell had returned home. Now, as we work to...
When all this was her doing, man. This was all her doing. That's her family. And that's from the police department yesterday. They said her wig was looking bad, so she had to come back because of the wig. Is that the photo? Is this the infamous photo that made her reveal herself? Is that the infamous photo? Is that the photo that did it? Oh man, listen. I think I've said enough tonight. I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Shout out to everybody that donated tonight. Make sure y'all click the link that's pinned in the chat room. It'll take you to all my social media platforms. You know. But yeah, they're saying that word on the street is that this photo is what made her reveal herself. I saw some funny stuff on Twitter. Hold on, before I get out of here, I want to show y'all some stuff on Twitter. I want to show y'all some of these posts on Twitter. Let's see. Hope they didn't take them down. Let's see. All right, let's go to likes. Well, I seen this.
Yes, it's a.
I seen this skit. Hold up, show it. This is on Twitter today. I saw this.
Toddler out here on the freeway. Is there any way you can send anybody? Because I'm scared for her. Please, somebody come help. Hey, yeah, I called him. Can you see my hazard lights? Yeah, I'm right here. Look, I don't know how long it's gonna take for them to get here, so don't be asking all these damn questions. Just make sure you right there when I get there, goddamn. Cause I'm right here on I-459. It ain't gonna take them that long to get here. So just make sure you right there. Are you coming? Yeah, I'm putting a wig on my seat right now. Just hold on. I gotta make sure like something happen. Shit.
I'm saying, you know it ain't gonna take them long to get there. They right around the damn corner, trace and shit.
Hold on, can't forget my damn phone. Hold on.
Did you get my snacks and shit?
Yes, I got your damn snacks. Now chill out. Shit. Here I come.
Hey.
What?
Have you checked the internet lately?
No, what's wrong?
Check your Facebook page.
They got a camera up there?
Apparently they fucking do.
Shit, I got to go home.
Hold on, let me get a quickie before you leave.
I got to go home.
Let's see. This was more from the press conference. I think they were playing a 911 call. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's just let's see. Let's see. Is that it? Is that it? Yeah, I think that it. Hold on. I'm gonna see if I could. I'm gonna look up because there was some other stuff I wanted to see. I don't think I saved it. Hold up. I don't think I saved it. Let's see. Turning them on. Carlee. Let's see. Oh, hold up. Okay, hold up. Let's see. Where is it? This is on Twitter right here. It says this gotta be the baby Carlee seen on the highway. Is that what y'all was saying? Is this the one that y'all seen? Hey, this the one you seen, Carlee? Was this the toddler? Oh, look at Coach Greg Adams with the old resurfaced tweet. Says Carlee Russell with an old tweet saying Taken 2 is her movie. So she so this is her movie. I don't know if this is real or not though. Is this this might be a real post, you know. From 2013, so it might be real. I guess that's her Twitter page. Now everybody know what her Twitter is.
Lord Jesus. Lord Jesus.
Motherfucking time. You got me on here acting like I'm Oprah Winfrey hoe. Bitch, I done peeled off every single one of my lashes hoe because I'm so stressed out about you, bitch. I'm talking about I keep watching the highway footage. I just swear up and down a midget got you in a headlock, bitch. But that's really you going in your back seat to get the snacks from Target, bitch. Bitch, I done called my grandma about you, ho. I done told my grandma to create a prayer circle for you. I really was worried. Then you done stole from your fucking job. You done put the money in your sock. Bitch, you done rolled up to your mama's house butt ass naked, but you got some money in your sock. Some of the kidnappers gave it to me. So the kidnappers gave you a parting gift. This why they don't believe us when we be missing, bitch. It's really people out here that need fucking help and you wasting our time because you trying to make a nigga mad. You finna piss me the fuck off, Carlee. I really made a video about this shit. I don't be speaking on nothing, but I spoke on your lying ass. And you had to be from Birmingham, too.
This person said Carlee Russell's boyfriend or ex-boyfriend deleted all pics of Carlee off his Instagram. He had posts how she was kidnapped the other day. Now, I guess this is the boyfriend, Thamar Latrell Simmons. This is the guy she did all this for, ladies and gentlemen. This is the guy that she embarrassed her family for. All right? So y'all can see it. But this is the guy she embarrassed herself and her family for. And he put this post up. Now, of course, I'm not about to read all that, but y'all can read it. I mean, it speaks for itself. It speaks for itself, people. No, we don't have to believe all women. No, we do not. Yeah, he deleted her from his social media.
I look out the window. It was a fucking baby standing on a corner. And the baby didn't even look scared. He was just standing there. When this baby could be in trouble, he might need my help. I got to do something.
You don't live in Birmingham, so I guess you didn't know what was about to happen to you. But in the great state of Birmingham, Alabama, baby, they don't give a fuck. They not only dragging you, they dragging your mama by her little ass hair, and they dragging your daddy, Carlee. They talking about your grandma.
Wait a minute, what the mama do, man? Listen, the mother catching strays, man. This is how mad people are, man. Even her mother is catching strays, man. Her mother didn't do nothing but love her daughter. Now she needs to be honest with her daughter and say, listen, and ask questions like, did this really happen to you? You know?
Whoever your auntie is that was going off on people in the comments, they talking about her ass. Bitches coming for your man, Carlee. And this the whole reason why they start. They coming for your man. They in his inbox, girl. And he gonna eat it up. He deleted all your pictures off his page. All of them. All of girl, they coming for your neck. Do you understand me? Why would you do that? Then you had us on here. People from Birmingham. You had Leora. You had me. You had other big Birmingham creators sharing this shit, using our platforms to help you. And bitch, you was in the motherfucking woods, chowing down on some Cheez-Its and granola bars? Carlee, was it really that serious, bro? Because they tearing your mama up. I'm talking about they tearing her up. Your grandma too, and that's wrong. That's what they doing it. We in the great state of Birmingham, Alabama, baby. I don't know what you expected. What did you expect? And for you to take it this far and get Miss Tina involved?
Hold up. Hold on. Chastity says, Nah, Jay, you didn't see her statement yesterday. She went in on social media. The mama did. Okay.
While her daughter and granddaughter on that stage performing their life away, giving us everything they got, Miss Tina got to worry about you in the back of her head? You wrong.
Let's see. Yo, social media is undefeated, man. Social media is undefeated, man. Yo, man. What is these? What is these? God, she's getting cooked. Now this dude gonna have all them heifers in his on in his DMs. He probably knows that. He gonna have all those heifers in his DMs. All this whole thing, the only person that benefits from this is this dude. Because she did this to make him feel like the bad guy. But meanwhile, he's gonna come out of it looking like the good guy. This is Mark Lamont Hill. This is the degenerate Mark Lamont Hill. He says, I feel no shame or regret for believing Carlee Russell was missing. I still hope she receives whatever support she needs. Instead of making jokes or feigning embarrassment, let's commit to finding the hundreds of thousands of black women and girls who remain unfound and ignored. Just like you, Mark Lamont Hill. Hey, Mark Lamont Hill, why do you ignore the missing black women? Because you don't talk about them regularly. Y'all only bringing this up because y'all want to shame people out of not criticizing Carlee Russell. It's not gonna work, bro. She's getting destroyed out here. Family members are getting roasted. Y'all only bring up these missing black women when it fits your narrative, but y'all don't talk about them regularly. You don't bring attention to their situations. You only do that when black women have screwed up and you want to clean it up by saying, well, there are missing black women out here, but this is the first time you've talked about them in how long? Oh, this says, when I saw he put that shit on, I knew he was finna drop some heat. Damn, Carlee, I had your back like you was my homegirl. Taken. Damn. Damn, man. Let's see. Yeah, why don't y'all bring attention to the black women that are missing, which y'all don't do, but y'all trying to use this to shame people? It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Seeing what else people are talking about. Let's see. Trying to see if there's anything else I want to go over. Man. This person says Carlee Russell's boyfriend deleted all the pictures he had of her off his Instagram and deleted the post about her fighting for her life. Looks like Carlee might have taken a little trip down to Pound Town after all. Well, Chastity has spoke about in the chat room about how she could be possibly, how many of y'all want to bet a whole bunch of people follow him recently? But about how she might have been hooking up with a 17-year-old at the motel. This guy right here is a nut job. This guy right here is a complete nut job. This guy used to comment under Donald Trump's tweets every single day. He'd be right there. Just a complete lunatic. And he's a bishop. But this guy is a lunatic. He's a Democrat rat, you know, a shill, a loser, right? This is what he has to say. Carlee Russell has nothing to do with missing black women and girls paying the price of neglect. There were over 100,000 missing black women and girls in America that law enforcement have given up on before anyone knew who Carlee Russell was. Also, having lying white women like Carolyn Bryant, Susan Smith, Fannie Taylor, and so many others that have caused the deaths of black women and destruction of black cities when used as an indictment on the white community. You know what's funny? He sides with white liberals. He talks all this pro-black talk, but he sides with white liberals and white Democrats. You know, he is a foot soldier of the Democratic Party and white liberals, but he's trying to pretend like he cares about black women. You people don't talk about black women until these situations happen. That's when you want to bring up black women being missing. But I only see y'all talk about black men. Look at YouTube. Look, these heifers only care about who black men are dating, who they screwing. I don't see videos about missing black girls. This may be one female content creator that I know of that speaks regularly about the things that happen with black women specifically. But the rest of these heifers are too busy trying to dick police black men. They spend 364 days in a year dick policing black men. And they'll spend one day out the year talking about missing black girls. That's what these heifers do. That's what they do. They're too busy dick policing black men instead of trying to figure out what happened to these black girls. They put more effort into dick policing black men instead of trying to figure out what happened to these missing black girls because they don't give a shit about black women. Most of these black women don't even have black female friends. Yo, this clip will forever not be funny. Oh man. Yeah, y'all need to get on your jobs and look for these missing black girls instead of dick policing black men. Cause that's all y'all do. Y'all get online, y'all wondering, damn, who are black men dating? Oh, they dating white women. Let's make a video. Let's make a video about black men dating white women. Let's talk about the passport bros and why they hate black women. Oh, a black woman broke up with a black man? Let's talk about it. That's all you heifers care about is dick policing black men. Y'all don't care about these missing black girls. That's all y'all care about is dick policing black men. That's all y'all care about. Look at YouTube. Look at these heifers. Look at what they talk about. Black men 24/7. You hurt, bitter heifers. Y'all need to start talking about these missing black girls, but you don't give a shit. You don't give a shit. Shout out to everybody that's here. Thank y'all for being here. This was a great live stream, wasn't it? I appreciate y'all being here. You can also continue the conversation in the comment section below. Also, make sure y'all go and follow me on the other social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I'm also on Rumble. Check the description box. Also, for the Rumble channels, the podcast is coming back, but it's going to be exclusively on Rumble. I think Rumble is becoming a great platform, and I want to do more over there because I'm not going to just be putting everything on YouTube. I've done that for almost 10 years. I'm tired. But thank y'all for being here. I appreciate y'all being here. Y'all have been shout out to the people that have supported me, the people that donated tonight. Salute to the moderators, the Patreons, and I'm gonna have a locals over there as well on Rumble. If you have a locals and you want to support them over there too, that's fine. But thank y'all. I will be putting up an exclusive Patreon video. I'm gonna talk about Keke Palmer and black women. The worship of slordom. Keke Palmer and the worship of slordom. I think Keke Palmer is getting a lot of support from the slores of the world. And I just want to bring them right back down to earth. Okay, so we're going to talk about these slurs. And thank y'all for being here. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Y'all take care. Have a good rest of your night, all right?